Hi guys. I am having a little fun as usual with some tech. Trying out Zoom, connecting to YouTube today. It was not wanting to connect and find my camera. So, always the fun. So I'm going to get started here. We're going to be doing some content breakdowns, talking about the good, the bad, and how to fix it on your content to make sure you're getting seen. Got all my trusty notes for the samples that we're coming up with tonight. And hi, I'm Heidi from Talk to Heidi. I'm a 25 plus year business owner and visibility coach who is here to help you increase your visibility so that you can have more time, more freedom, and make more money with finding clients online. So one of the big things I see when I'm out and about a lot of times is your content. I'm seeing it everywhere. And I also, because I've been in the content marketing field for over a decade, I see a lot of the mistakes people make that I know is hurting their visibility and how they connect with people. So it's always fun to take actual examples and break them down. Just what I'm going to do with you here today. I'm going to slip over here and see about sharing my screen with you while I'm talking. Going to show you exact examples that I'm going to break down tonight, and we are going to jump in on this stuff. Lots of fun. I actually enjoy this part a lot, and I am going to be doing it on day 4 of my upcoming 5-day workshop, where I'm going to be doing this exact thing. If you guys want live on Zoom, if you're joining me, we are going to break down your content in hot seats. So it's a lot of fun. So on our visibility report tonight, the first piece we have up is from the University of Denver. This is a paid ad that they have over on LinkedIn that popped up last week into my feed, and it was immediately noticing some massive problems. Just because you're paying for it, guys, does not mean it's going to guarantee visibility, and that you're not wasting money if you don't put it together right. Now, there's a big problem with this, that there is a lot of issues wrong with this paid ad, and yet this is the university that is wanting to teach you how to do digital marketing. So they don't even have their own digital marketing on their ads correct. So that's a problem for me. I mean, I'm like, would I want to sign up with a program through this company based on this ad? I hate to say it, the majority of people are probably going to say no, rightfully, because there's a lot wrong with this ad, a lot they missed out on, and they're spending a lot of money because advertising on LinkedIn is not that cheap. So let's start with what is wrong with it. Pretty much everything. The only thing I do see right on this particular ad is they have a CTA for click through to learn more. Most of the rest of it is actually very wrong when it comes to any form of marketing, which is why I said it's kind of sad, because what they're selling is a digital marketing program, which means I would have expected to see them excel at it. But let's just start. You have 1,100 character space on LinkedIn that you can use to work out a written description of what's going to happen and everything here. They've used 2 sentences. This ad doesn't talk to any about who qualifies for this, who would want to do this, what transformation it would offer to your life, anything and everything that would entice someone in to do this digital marketing program. Why would I want to do it? You're not telling me any reasons why. Why do you want to get involved? How's this going to help me? Is it going to increase my income? Is it only good for somebody who's already in the IT field? There are so many multiple questions they could have answered here and talked about the transformation having this extra income would have done for someone's life. And that's just when we started at the top of the ad. And as this is paid, there was so much effort could have been put into this with a little bit of copy, and it wasn't done. We don't know who they're targeting. Is this first time? Is this high school kids that are getting ready to graduate? Is this people already with jobs? that want to expand, so maybe they can increase their income? Is this for freelancers? There's nothing here that lets you know who they're targeting. And I can guarantee you, just like anything else on this planet, not everyone wants to be in digital marketing, nor should they be. So they could have started out with who this qualifies for. They had that entire room to talk about the transformation and make people feel about how great it's going to be if I spend the 6 months in this program. Another thing was, thinking of 6 months, is we put online for 18 weeks. That makes it seem a lot longer than it actually is. So to get the marketing right, we could have just simplified it by saying it's a 6-month program. People would have responded a lot quicker and easier and that kind of stuff. And let's be honest, you're only going to learn the basics of digital marketing in 6 months. It's not that long of a time period. But also, as we move on down into this picture, if you really want to connect with people, you show people in your photos. And any good digital marketer is going to know that. We don't give a shit about the buildings. We don't care about what that looks like or anything else. This is an online program. It is not an on-campus program. So who cares what the buildings look like at this point? Instead, you want to start envisioning what it's going to look like. If it's you that's going to be taking that program, you want to see people. You want to see people doing this kind of stuff. So it was a huge miss on the photo as well. Also, they could have talked about, all of the opportunities this could have been. This could have been a complete opportunity to build a story. They could have connected with a former student, not a former client, a former student, and showed a success story of what happened when they took the program. There's so many missed opportunities here that could have been used, and yet they weren't. But that's not even some of the biggest issues wrong with this. They turned off the comments. That is immediate stop, halt, not asking at all for any form of conversation. There is nowhere for anybody to ask questions. There is nowhere to get it going to entice people into the program where they can answer things. Turning off the comments is one of the #1 things you can do wrong on your content, including on a paid ad. You want people talking to you. You want them to have a place to ask you questions. You want them to get in touch with you. And it starts on social media in the comments. So you do not want to turn them off. This was a massive, massive fail in this content. Huge, huge opportunity missed in more than that way too, because not only that, they're paying for these ads. But at the same time, even for paid ads, the algorithms will boost the ad organically if there's enough engagement on the ad itself, which means if you're getting comments, if you're getting interactions, people are talking on it, the algorithms are going to boost the ad naturally, which means you could have had a compound effect of organic and paid advertising together. It would have taken both. So these guys seriously missed out on that. It's costing them a lot more ad spend and money because they did that. And that lack of conversation. Conversation is huge for building relationships that equal sales. This ad, 100% misses the boat on all of this stuff. And it's like, once again, I have to come back to the fact that this is a digital marketing program that missed the boat on so many different points. Sorry, University of Denver, but this is a massive fail. Whoever made these ads needs to maybe take your program. So these big mistakes are definitely reducing the credibility of this ad, and I would have serious doubts about taking this program if I was interested in doing one because of this. But this is from the point of a view of an experienced marketer. So how many people does this get through? I don't know. I would love to see their analytics on this. It would be highly, highly interesting to see how this ad actually performed. But as it is, this is one of 2 ads I've seen in less than a week, and both of them set up exactly the same. So I would tell University of Denver, they need to go back to digital marketing school on their ad programs. And we're going to move on do example number 2. Now, if you guys have questions or comments, please drop them in the comment area, and I will check back and get to those as we're going. And we're going to talk about number 2. See, guys, this stuff with your content, it's all about your messaging and whether you're connecting with people and that kind of stuff. So if you don't get this right from the start, then you're losing credibility. You're not building trust. You're not building authority. And it's pretty easy to get this stuff right. I mean, it's not that complicated. It's just, I think a lot of people overthink it. Now, in the University of Denver example, I don't know. Like I said, should be professionals doing those ads. So that was massive, massive misses on that. But if you don't get your content right, you don't get your visibility, you miss out on opportunities, less clients, more opportunity to entertain the crickets, which we don't want to do. And it also can start attracting the wrong people instead of the right ones. Now, number 2 here was a Facebook post by a Facebook ad expert that missed the boat big time. Here's another point of missing the boat. So her ad started with, why invest in Facebook ads? The problem is the 5 points underneath aren't any of the reasons why you should invest in Facebook ads. These are just the benefits of Facebook ads. So it completely misses the boat once again. It's a nice informative post. It's well written. The formatting could have been used because it's not friendly for mobile, which is really important, guys. When you are thinking about your social media post, you must think of the majority of people actually consume on mobile devices, small screens. You want to separate the text. A lot of spacing. This is one massive text block. So she did use emojis, which does help separate it out just a little bit and stuff, but white space would have made a massive difference here in readability. Once again, I normally would have scrolled on past something like this, but I was actually looking for examples. So this is one where formatting and putting in spacing would have helped for readability on small devices. And that's really important today because about 70% of content, maybe higher, is consumed from social media on a mobile device, whether it's your phone or a tablet. So be thinking about that when you put this stuff together, guys. But the big thing here is the big miss is that this is not why you should invest in Facebook ads. That's what the headline's telling us. She could have just said these are all the benefits of Facebook ads and would have changed the whole thing of this particular post. But as it is, better options would have been how to talk to people, like, is your organic marketing hitting a max and you want to scale higher and easier? Then you could use Facebook ads to do that and make it much, much easier. But Facebook ads also help increase your visibility, your sign up, ways to make more money. All of these are reasons to invest in Facebook ads. Your big one is once you've hit your organic reach and you don't have time and you need to scale, Facebook ads can save you a lot of time, make it easier to get in front of a bunch of people. And it just makes life easier in general once you've hit that point. But it's if you have successful organic marketing already going on, or if you've just done a big marketing campaign that is hitting like that, you know it's good, you know exactly who your audience is, you know the message is working, pop it into a Facebook ad and get it in front of more people so you get more signups. That all works out really, really well. But this ad tells you none of those things, or this post. And yet it's all about why I need to invest in Facebook ads. Not benefits, those guys. These are just all the benefits. And we can break those down even more into the points. With number 1, more value for one's money. As opposed to what? What is she comparing this to? We don't know. It just says Facebook is the most affordable platform for advertising. Great, we got that part. But you set your budget and then they get you there. The higher the budget, the larger your audience will be. Will it? Not necessarily. Only if you already have your messaging right and you know who your audience is. Once again, Facebook ads only work if you know who your audience is and you know what your marketing is, which means That's why a lot of beginners get on and lose their they lose their wallets pretty much in Facebook ads because they jump on and they don't have this stuff together. So is this based against organic? Is this based against other paid ads? What is this based against? This is a metric that we don't know the answer to. And as a result of not knowing that answer, it's not effective. Your customer base is on Facebook. Are they? Yes, Facebook has a large audience, but that does not mean your customers are there. So if they're not there, then using Facebook ads is a complete waste of money, because like millennial generation and down tend to use Facebook a lot less than Generation X and up. So you have to know your people. So anybody following this advice right now would think, I can get on Facebook ads and it's going to work. Maybe, maybe not. It depends on where your customer base actually is. Facebook data helps you target better. Facebook data is only as good as you already know your target audience. So once again, you have to know who it is you're targeting. You have to know who your message it is and that kind of stuff before Facebook data will work for you without those things. You choose how you pay. Yes, it is. But does somebody know the difference of all these campaigns? Once again, she has another opportunity for another post here to explain how this works. But for somebody who doesn't know and doesn't have a clue, they're not going to know what the difference of these things are. You just dumped information on them that wasn't necessary, and it's still not a reason to invest in Facebook ads at this point. The reasons are what they help you do. This is all the benefits, guys. You got to understand the difference between the transformation outcome and the reasons why to do something versus the benefits, because that's entirely something different than what people are trying to do. I mean, then the last one, it offers video ads. Great, awesome if you want to create content, good as always. But then there is absolutely no CTA. She just dumped all this information out here for what reason? Is it just to inform me? Because if it is, then she succeeded at that. I know all the benefits of Facebook ads at this point. I don't know why I should be using them, but there's no CTA. She's a Facebook ads expert. I'm going to assume she would want people to contact her for help in setting up Facebook ads. But I have to assume that because it's not like she told us anything. You need strong CTAs, whether it is something as simple as comment below in the comment area or something to that effect, to actually tell people what you expect them to do now. Because as it is, this is just basically a good ad for people to consume and continue moving on, or good post. Missed opportunity 100%. And she obviously put a lot of effort into it. So the photo, again, not engaging, still missed opportunity and that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much a miss. Post, I keep calling it ad, sorry, since I started with an ad. This post is pretty much a miss, and I can guarantee it's not hitting the boat, because I was actually the only one to comment on it because I've been watching it, just wanting to see. It missed the boat entirely, and part of it had to do with the formatting. The picture's not great, and there's nothing here. There's no reason why people want to engage with it. Even the headline, why invest in Facebook ads, is not something that would grab attention normally. If I had not been looking for something like this, I would have scrolled on by. So get things engaging. People look at photos. People look at that first line. You got to grab them from the start, and then your information needs to actually match what you tell them they're delivering. So it's all the fun stuff. So number three is one that got it right pretty much all the way through. I mean, I've got one small detail that she could have changed that would have increased her visibility, but for the most part, this piece of content gets it right. This is from Paula Burns on LinkedIn. She was okay with us using it, so you can always go check her out because she does a really good job on a lot of her content. Her opening line immediately grabs you. It's not your fault. What's not my fault? I want to know what, I'm already in. I am sucked in right there because I want to know what is not my fault. already. So that's a killer headline for getting people in the door and going ahead and reading the rest of it, because we all want to know what's not our fault. Even the second line continues even more with blaming yourself isn't going to make things any easier. I'm still saying, okay, what am I blaming myself for? What is not my fault? So I'm going to continue reading this. And it gets clearer as she goes through, because she starts talking about all the reasons with planning your wedding and how stress happens and all of this stuff that is exciting, but it's a clear explanation as to why blaming yourself isn't going to get your wedding planned any quicker or any easier. But she gets into the head of a lot of people with her descriptions here, because she's like, now, and to top it all off, you have the responsibility of planning a wedding. It's exciting. Well, at least that's how it should feel. Once again, we have should. She's connecting really well here. But it would be much easier if you had a bit of direction instead of feeling like you're surrounded by deadlines, paperwork, meetings, and decision making. We all know how stressful that is. And then when she's worded it, you immediately start, even though I'm not planning a wedding, I'm still immediately thinking, oh my God, I can just feel the weight and the heaviness on that of trying to do all that while planning my wedding and having a good time and being excited that I'm getting married. So she hits the spot for sure. Then she drops on into what she's after. She's wanting you to join her free challenge that's coming up. Great. And she tells you exactly what's going to happen during that challenge, what she's offering, what transformation she's given you, and drops down finally into a CTA of here's the link to go register. It works beautifully all the way through. It flows well. The only one small criticism I have of it is she did not use hashtags. And hashtags on LinkedIn are huge for getting you seen and making you more visible. So with 2 or 3 hashtags here, it could have made her ad a lot more visible, or her post. So yeah, but beautiful ad. And it's done really well on this post. It just does. It does all the right components, which is strong headline, strong CTA, tells people what's up, what you want, why you're there, and why it's important to them, and then tells them what to do. So this stuff is actually exactly what I'm going to be doing on day 4, my 5-day visibility workshop, which is happening starting on Monday. We start with day 1. We're going to do live hot seats where we break down your content and we get to see exactly what it is that you're going to be doing and everything like that. So do make sure you get signed up, join us. We're going to drop the link in so that you get to see everything. 5-day visibility workshop. And we've actually got a tab open that's not supposed to be. I do apologize. It happens sometimes. So yes, come join. I will drop a sign up link in, and you'll get to actually, the advantage of doing it on Zoom and live like that is you'll be able to ask questions about what we're talking about with your content while we're breaking it down. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys are enjoying these lives, I'm here every Thursday. Make sure you like and subscribe, and also check for that sign up link and come join me and turn the spotlight on you in my 5-day workshop. And I will see you guys next week.